Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Please welcome my colleague, a special guest, Joe Vazquez, a reporter here at KPIX 5. All right, Joe, good of you to join us.
Glad to be here. Thanks so much.
So 30 years in this business.
Yeah. I look it, right? I'm feeling it.
Yeah. From where you started to here, did you ever imagine that you'd be here at this point?
I imagined it in this regard. Reporting is all I've ever wanted to do. It's my calling. This is not a rehearsal for me, right? It's something I always wanted to do. But, you know, I spent a lot of that time behind the scenes, 9 years on the assignment desk in Texas. And, you know, some of that, let's be honest, was I was kind of getting these mixed messages about, I don't know, maybe you don't have the look. You know,
we've all been, right? We've all heard that before.
And, but, you know, I think TV news, to its credit, has opened up. It's become more diverse. People are realizing that there's a diverse population out there. And, you know, so at some point, I was just so determined to be a reporter and, you know, got my college degree and decided I'm going to go do this. I don't care if I have the look or not. There are people who have stories that need to be told, and I'm going to be that guy who tells them.
And I'm sure you started off as a one-man band as well, because when I first started, which was about 15 years ago, I had the camera, the big, clunky camera. I was editing on my own. I'm sure that was the case for you, too.
Actually, in my starter market in Lubbock, Texas, market 150, we had photographers.
Wow.
So I did not have to do that initially. But what's really interesting is only a few years ago, you know, this station, Channel 5, decided to go to the one-man band route for a lot of our reporters. So in my 40s, late 40s, right, I was having to learn how to carry a camera and, you know, get the shot, get it on deadline, do the whole thing that not just reporters do, but photographers and editors do, and bring the news to our viewers. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done. This station went through a very difficult transition, and a lot of us, you know, have been out there on the front lines, bringing you the news in a way that, you know, the fact is technology has become such that we're able to carry these smaller cameras, and we're able to edit in a more nimble way with laptops. So, you know, now we're doing a lot of jobs and bringing you the news in
carrying a lot of, wearing a lot of different hats.
Yeah.
And the business has really changed a lot, but at the core of this business is still storytelling. What are some of the stories that you like to work on and some of the topics that you like to tackle?
I like what we call hard features, which is to say that there's stories that are important out in the community, but you know, are not the lead story, murder and fire, that is the normal staple of TV news, right? I like the ones where there's a really interesting character and he's trying to do something perhaps against the machine, you know, and somehow found a way through perseverance to get things done. I like the stories about community where, you know, there's a story, Cesar Cruz, who's been on this program and who's been a Jefferson Award winner. He's out there in Oakland on the front lines and talking to young people and lifting them up by way of teaching them their Latino heritage. In some cases, he was able to bring rival gang members together in the same room because they had a common purpose, which was to make something of themselves in this world. And they sort of had a truce while they were in the room learning about the world. So, yeah, I like to find those people stories that are difficult to find, especially because I have to find them between the murder and the fire and the disaster.
All the other things that you have to cover, right. As a Latino American, I know you're proud of your heritage.
Yeah.
What are some of the issues that the Latino American community is facing here in the Bay Area?
Well, I am proud, and my father's from Puerto Rico. My mother is Navajo, actually. And so I'm a Navarican, or Portaho, but Mom doesn't like Portaho so much. But anyway, so yeah, so, but here, you know, I think that we have a rather diverse group of journalists, you included, on our staff, and I think it does help us to make bridges to our community. And here in the Bay Area, it's really interesting. Latinos are growing as they are. The population is growing around the country, right? It's 17% of the national population is Latino. In the Bay Area, it's about 24% and growing, double-digit growth. But in San Francisco, the Latino population is declining because, as we've been covering, there are a lot of evictions. There's a lot of sort of social movement, you know, based on gentrification and that sort of thing. So the Latinos in the city are dealing with a real change in their communities as they're seeing families have to move out, go across a bridge, and other people move in who don't look like them. And we're at an interesting crux in time with that.
And very quickly, I had the opportunity to actually hear you sing.
Aha!
What was it? Eyewitness News Band?
We had the Eyewitness Blues Band.
Blues Band, that's right.
Yes, we had a nice run there. Mike Sugarman, my colleague, has left us. Maybe we should revive that because, what we got most of the time was, hey, you guys don't suck. And I think that's what I like to hear anytime about any work I do.
You did an excellent job. Joe, thank you so much. For more information, you could always log on to KPIX.com. And that's it for this week. We'll be back with more Bay Sunday next week. Have a great day. All right, Joe.